It's a clear, windy, cool day. Returning from Cedar Mills after a Southwest Bonanza Society fly-in meet up for lunch at the Cedar Mills Marina. And now we're getting close to home. We're only a few miles from Prairie Aire and descending and slowing. The wind's out of the north at about 21 knots, gusting to 27. Uh, Speed up just a little bit here. If you look off about the 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock position now is the power plant, which is a good landmark. The power plant's almost due north of the airport, and the airport's dead ahead. So we're getting ready here to enter a left downwind for Prairie Aire's runway 35. And that's it, just as bank back here that you can see some hangars there just over the cowling. My hangar is right in the middle of the field, about 800 foot north of the beginning of the pavement on runway 35. So here we're established on a downwind, gears going down, flaps are going down, trying to get the airplane slowed up. It's my practice to maintain 100 knots until established on final. And once I'm established on final and finished with all the maneuvering, then I'll slow to 90 and come over the threshold around 85 knots. Today, because of the gusty wind, might carry just a little extra speed on final. So looking here, speed looks good. Altitude looks good. Time to turn that left base for runway 35. It's a beautiful clear day. Few puffy clouds up high. And there's the airport right there at about the almost 9 o'clock position now. Base legs established. Starting to turn final. And we'll start slowing up now to 90 knots. Gears out. Approach flaps have been out, but now we'll put in full flaps. Runway's dead ahead. When approaching from the for runway 35, there's a gap in some live oak trees. We had the power company uh, put the power lines below ground here. So as you come through, you'll go through a gap in the trees as you're approaching the runway 35. Everything's looking good. Airspeed looks good. We're short final for 35. And everything's looking really good here. Still got some gusty winds. You have to be prepared because once you drop below the trees, you'll lose a lot of crosswind correction. So if you're holding a lot of crosswind in, there are the trees I was talking about. You got to go through a gap in the trees. Short final, as you get below the trees, a lot of times you lose a lot of the gust. Things are looking good. Speed's coming back. Yep, looks good on center line. Runway is, we say it's 30 foot by 3,200 foot. It's probably more like 28 foot by 3,200 foot. It's plenty long for the Bonanza just to let it roll out. Don't use any brakes. And here I'm just letting it roll out, using a little aerodynamic braking by holding back on the control yoke. And we're slowing up nicely. We have a little cul-de-sac. May even have to add a little power here to make the turnaround. and taxi back. We have no taxiways at Prairie Aire, so every landing requires a taxi back. We have about 1,000 foot of grass on either end of the roadway, so the 3,200 foot roadway actually lands like a longer runway because you have that long grass approach. And I'll just speed up the taxi back because no need to bore you with seeing the whole the condition of the runway everywhere. And here we are, the home of 8 Delta Mike, hangar number 10, right about the middle of the field. Taxi up. You might see a lot of grazing in the windshield. Uh, as I'm actually putting this video together, the airplane is in for its annual and getting a new windshield. This is the original windshield, so it's 30 plus years old. Actually, about 33 years old. So we've made it back. Turn off all the avionics switches. Record the time. Make sure everything is off. And double check everything. Avionics are off. All the other switches are off. Check time, record time, and then pull the mixture back and shut this thing down. So we have made another successful Southwest Bonanza Society trip and back home, ready to put the airplane in the hangar.